Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? How is everybody today? Welcome, welcome back. This is what I should say because I was not here yesterday. As you know, yesterday was my day off from streaming to run around and do a ridiculous amount of stuff. Oh my god. If you guys only knew the shit that I had to do yesterday, I mean, I barely had any, Kat and I barely had any time to do anything fun or anything, that you would want to do on a day off from work. It was just running, hustling, bustling all around, meetings, appointments. Most of the day, it was just busy, work. Oh my god! I got home, my leg was killing me, and it was because of my back. Because my back injury, which will never go away, but has gotten dramatically better over the years. I had a shooting pain down my left leg, throbbing shooting pain. Probably because I had been moving so much, carrying things, just doing all kinds of crazy shit. So it was annoying, to say the least. But, I am back today for 6 straight days. Now, unfortunately today I'm not able to do a full day of streaming. I would like to, I can't, for personal reasons, stuff going on behind the scenes here. I'm not able to be on a second stream tonight, alright? So we're only doing one stream today, and it's going to be a very fun and interesting Sonic marathon, per se, okay? I'm going to be checking out Sonic the Hedgehog 1, which we've already played twice here on stream as I've checked out the Genesis Mini. And in reality, we're actually nearing the end of the game. If I remember correctly, there's only a little bit left before we actually get to the final, the final boss and everything. And then it's over. So there's actually not that much of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 left in the game. However, Sonic 2 I've only played one session of, and that game's great. That's my favorite Sonic of all time. But I only played it for like 30 minutes or so. So we're not very far into it. I think we've only beaten like the first 2 stages or something like that. So we got quite a ways to go in Sonic 2. Alright. So my goal today is to try to finish up Sonic 1 and then play and defeat Sonic 2. I would like to beat the 2 classic Sonic games here on stream. Which is funny. I've never played these before for the internet. These are the first times I've ever played them for the internet. Which I know is pretty crazy. Over the years, I've told everyone I would be more than willing to play them, but they never really came up as something to focus on. But now that the Genesis Mini is out, it's a great opportunity to check these out with no input lag or anything like that, right? So that's what I've been doing. Well, that's what I'll be doing today on stream is what I should say. That'll be our main gameplay stream. Now, tonight, like I said, no second stream. Sorry about that, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with full-time days of streaming. Alright, tomorrow, it's going to be a combination of Super NES Classics on the Nintendo Switch. I'm going to be doing a second session of this because the last session seemed to be pretty successful. You guys enjoyed seeing me play the classics on the Switch. And so we're going to be going back and playing more. I'm sure you guys are going to want to see me play some of the games I didn't play yet. Including like Mario Kart and Breath of Fire and a few other classics. Maybe you'll want me to go back and play some of the games that I already played and continue on with them. Okay? I'm not sure. So, let's see. Let's see how this goes. Ouch. And if this ends up being an entertaining stream, perhaps some of these games now that I've been playing on the SNES will turn into full playthroughs. Much like how Mega Man The Wily Wars and now the Sonic Hedgehog 1 and 2 playthroughs on the Genesis Mini have turned into full playthroughs. Perhaps now some of the Nintendo games will end up being full playthroughs as well. Okay? So that should be a fun stream tomorrow. And then tomorrow night is my weekly Street Fighter throwback late night stream where we play classic Street Fighter on the stream. It's very fun to be able to play 4 different Street Fighter games and a variety of matches in various lobbies. Okay, so that's going to be tomorrow night. For those who like the classic Street Fighter stuff, I hope to see you then. This Friday, it's an actual new release. That's right, a new release this Friday. Plants vs. Zombies, The Battle for Neighborville. The third in the console-oriented series of games Plants vs. Zombies. The first were Garden Warfare 1 and 2, both of which I played back in the day. You know, I think, if I remember correctly, Garden Warfare 2 came out 2016. And Garden Warfare 1, I think, was a couple years before that. And I very much enjoyed both games. I thought that the games were outstanding. They were super fun. They had a campaign, story-based campaign, paired in with great multiplayer, a variety of characters you could play with, a variety of modes. It's good stuff. And, by the way, it's discounted. It's not a full $60 release, which is also good. So I'll be checking that out starting on Friday as the main gameplay stream. Something very different, and it should be fun. What's hilarious is you still get these fucking entitled kids in the stream chat, but you didn't play Code Vein and you're gonna play Plants vs. Zombies? Yes, because I actually have played the last two Plants vs. Zombies games and absolutely loved them, while I played the beta for Code Vein and wasn't sold on it. I said 5 million times I'm not playing Code Vein. Every time you say that in the stream chat, you look like a fucking douche. So, please stop. Unless you like looking like a douche, then go ahead, I guess. I've only told you 1 million times I'm not playing it. Okay? So, Plants vs. Zombies starts this Friday. That should be pretty fun. Friday night, I think I'm going to be doing a session of Dragon Quest Builders 2. Alright, continuing on with that game. Now, finally, we are out of the combat island. We have returned back to the island of Awakening, or was it the island? I can't exactly what it's even called. The main island. We're back there, and we're doing some questing there. Okay? It seems like we're heading into the end game of the game, and in fact, some people who've beaten the game have said probably about 8 hours left. So, it's very possible within the next couple of weeks, I may actually finish Dragon Quest Builders 2, and we can finish the playthrough and say it's over. Finally. We've been playing it since July, right? So, that's pretty cool. We'll be doing that Friday night. Saturday, more than likely will be more Plants vs. Zombies. Since I've only played one session, I'll probably do a second session of it. And Saturday night's going to be PUBG. That's right. PUBG is making it back into the main rotation of games. So hopefully, it will be an entertaining stream. We're going to see. We're going to try this out. Battle Royale makes its way back to my streams starting this Saturday night with PUBG, and we'll see what happens with that, okay? If it sucks, and we won't do it again. All right? On Sunday, this stream is completely up in the air on Sunday. I'm not sure what I want to do. Do I want to do more Genesis Mini? Do I want to do SNES Classics? I don't know. I don't know what I want to do on Sunday. I know after 2 days of Plants vs. Zombies, I'll probably want a day away from Plants vs. Zombies. So I want to do something different on the mainstream, but I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be yet. Let me think about this, because I think I had put it out in the schedule, but I want to double check and see what I had put there, because that was like a placeholder day for me. Let's see. Oh, I hadn't updated the schedule that far. There you go. That's why I was wondering if I had put anything there. I don't want to promise you anything. So, yes, that will be this Sunday. I'm not sure what it'll be. It could be Genesis Mini. It could be SNES Classics. It could be me checking out a game that I found out about on social media that seems pretty interesting. It's called Just Ignore Them. It's actually a horror-themed game, but it's definitely a game that is 8-bit or 16-bit graphic style, but it has horror themes in it. I saw it's only $4 right now on PlayStation 4, so it may be just a cool one-off stream, something spooky to do for Halloween. Just do a one-off stream of this game. It's about a kid who apparently thought that, creatures were always in the dark under his bed or in his closet. And of course, every kid thinks that, but apparently this kid is right. There actually are monsters who stalk this kid. And so his mom just told him to ignore them, but they're apparently killing people around him and doing fucked up stuff. So I'm curious about this game, okay? So I don't know. I'm not sure what it's going to be. But maybe I'll do that on Sunday. I don't know. We'll figure it out, like I said. Sunday night will be my weekly Minecraft chill stream. Okay? And then on Monday, it's going to be more Plants vs. Zombies, and it's going to be more Dragon Quest Builders. And that's roughly the streaming week. I'm off on Tuesday again. Tuesday's my day off coming up. Now, I'm well aware that WWE 2K20 comes out on Tuesday, okay? And quite frankly, yes, I'm probably going to be playing it, since not only does it have a story-based mode, but it has a career mode, etc. And as you guys know, I usually do some sims in it as well. So I usually get some good mileage out of the WWE games. But, being quite honest with all of you, I don't see WWE 2K20 as a major release that I absolutely must play on release day this year. It'll be nice to play it, but I don't think it's like, oh my god, because it's coming out on a Tuesday, I should change my plans of having Tuesday off as my day off this week, and instead I should drop everything and play WWE on release day. Like, I'm not hyped for it like a hype game like that. You see what I mean? So I think what we'll do is we will probably check out WWE 2K20 when I come back from my break, probably that Wednesday, the 23rd of October. All right, and we'll start up with the story-based campaigns and all of that. Keep in mind, oh my god, later that week, we've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare as well as The Outer Worlds releasing on exactly the same day. So that's going to be crazy. The end of October is going to be absolutely crazy, balancing all these games and getting ready for the Halloween Horror Marathon as well, okay? So, that being said, it should be fun. We got Plants vs. Zombies this Friday. Good variety over the course of the weekend. May even do like a mini indie game over the weekend. Next week we got WWE and then Modern Warfare and Outer Worlds. So we got some good stuff coming up. And finally, I know for those of you who've been waiting, finally some new releases, because some people complain there's no new releases. Well, what can I do? There's none to play, then none to play, but now there will be. So it's going to be good stuff, okay? So, that's the deal, everybody. Now, one final thing in this first segment of the pre-stream before we move on. Please remember to vote on the category of costume you want to see me wear for Halloween. All right, there's less than a week left. This weekend, I'm closing the poll because I'm buying the Halloween costume next week. Kat and I went out this week. We found some ideas for Halloween costumes that we really like. And we're like, man, these are pretty good. So next week, that's it. We're heading out. We're buying a Halloween costume. All right. So it's up to you guys to vote. If all you can, please vote if you haven't. How do you vote for the Halloween costume? You head over to the kingofhate.com website, okay? And you go to the forums, and you vote there. It's the main featured thread on my forums in the general section. Categories of costume include classic Halloween horror movie monster, video game character, pop culture icon, comic book character, or wild card. Well, I will pick something ridiculous or silly or fun as a costume, okay? So we'll see, because right now, FYI, wild card is in the lead. All right, so if wild card wins, I pick the costume. It's a complete random. You'll have no idea what it is, and it should be something fun. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. All right, so please vote. All right, you must vote. All right, so that's it for the first segment of the pre-stream, guys. Segment 2, the gratuitous plugs. All right, I can talk my face off here about this, or I could try to be abridged. I'm going to try to be abridged. First of all, thank you for 11 awesome years of being a content creator. I absolutely appreciate and love every minute that I'm here on stream hanging out with you guys. All right, and if you love my daily live streams 6 days a week, if you like the fact that I still upload to YouTube the raw archives of these streams so that you can watch them on demand, despite the fact that I make almost no money whatsoever doing so, and it's a big hassle. If you like everything about my content and you want to see it continue, please consider contributing to the streams to keep stuff going. That being said, before we talk about ways that you guys can contribute, please understand that it is not mandatory whatsoever. I am happy to just have you guys come by and hang out with me every single day on stream and have fun. It is not about contributions at all, and it never was. Keep in mind, I did this as a hobby for 2.5 years before I ever, made a dime doing it. And, this advertisement segment is just a necessary evil of having to, use crowdfunding to make a living, okay? So, if you love everything and you want to see it continue, please contribute. Now, there are many ways that you can contribute. Let's explain. First of all, you could cheer, sub, or tip during the stream. That means cheering with bits or subscribing to the channel or tipping me via PayPal are the methods which you can use to contribute, all right? If you do any of those things during the stream, I'm going to take some time out here to give you a live shout-out as a method of saying thanks for your contributions. In addition to that, we have a leaderboard at the top of the screen, so top tipper, top cheerer of the day will get extra recognition right up there. You may not know this, but there's also a cheering leaderboard integrated into Twitch itself that I do not maintain, but Twitch does. So the top cheerers of the week, top 10 cheerers of the week, also get extra recognition on that leaderboard as well. And I usually read that out once on the pre-stream every day, and you can access that whenever you want, okay? So it's a good way for you to not only help out through via crowdfunding, but also to get some extra recognition for the streams, right? So thank you if you're even considering contributing in any of these methods, all right? Being very matter-of-fact right now, the best way you could contribute is by tipping. There's a couple reasons why. Some of you are already saying, but Phil, did you get paid by Twitch during your day off? The answer is yes, I did. I got paid about midday yesterday, and the funds are clearing right now, which means later today I can actually sit down and pay some bills that have been back, not paid for a while. But the reason that tipping would help me more than anything right now is, quite frankly, because of the amount of games coming out this month. As I just mentioned, this week I'm getting Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, excuse me. Next week I'm getting WWE 2K20 and Modern Warfare and The Outer Worlds. And the week after that, at a minimum, I have to get Blasphemous, Visage, and Luigi's Mansion 3. So that's a lot of games. Now, there's other games this month that I want to play too, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to, like the Medieval Remaster or Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz Remaster, which, by the way, was just announced. Sonic the Hedgehog will be a guest character in that, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, those are other games I'd like to play. But now finances are a major hurdle. So anything that you tip right now not only is going to help out bills-wise and stuff behind the scenes, but also it's going to help to buy all the games for the rest of the month, okay? Now, another way that you can help, if you want to help out with the cost of games, is you can check out my Amazon wish list, and you can purchase some Amazon credits. You can purchase some PlayStation Network credits or some Nintendo Switch credits to help me buy the new games coming out as well. All right, those are listed there. If you check it out, you type !wish list into the stream chat. All right, that link will come up, and you can head to the Amazon wish list, and you can buy either PlayStation Network credits or Nintendo Switch credits and send them my way, and that'll help buy the games as well. So maybe you don't want to do a monetary contribution via PayPal, but you want to be sure that it's going to games, you could do that, okay? That would be the method you need to use to do that, okay? Now, if you do that, please, what you'll need to do is email me the information. And the reason I say that is, sadly, the Amazon wish list does not work the way that you would think it would. They don't actually send me the code. As stupid as that is, it's listed on my wish list. You buy the code, they don't send it to me. They send it to you. So you'll have to email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com with the code, and then I can enter it in and use those credits. All right, so if you want to help out with the cost of all these games coming out in the next few weeks, and you don't want to send anything monetary, you can easily send me the code via that method. Okay, guys? Uh-oh. It looks to me like I just had a major fluctuation in my internet. That's not good. Looks like my internet just went down. Uh-oh. I think my internet just died. All the internet just died in the house. Both lines at once. So that's not good. Yeah, look. All the internet just died. Oh, wait. Coming back now. Whoa. What's up, guys? So that was weird. Both of my lines of internet just had a major blip. I could see it, because see, now I'm on top of this shit. I have ways to monitor everything here. Yeah, I have ways to monitor everything, and I'm looking at it, and my internet totally dropped in the office, but then it also totally dropped downstairs. Um, so the internet just went and crapped out completely. I don't know why that happened, but then it came right back. So it was just a very temporary thing, very quick thing. So that was odd. I don't know what happened there. Here it is. Yeah, see? It's coming back now. Oh, no, there it goes again. No, it dropped again. Yeah, it's dropping. I wonder if this is even going to work. I haven't had this issue in a long time. Weird. Here it goes again. Yeah. Huh. I wonder what's going on. Yeah, guys, I'm not touching anything. I haven't stopped broadcasting. I'm just leaving it on, and the internet is dropping out and coming right back, which is very weird. And don't, by the way, before anyone freaks out, it's not a DDoS attack. If it were a DDoS attack, um, the whole modem would be getting kicked off the internet and having to cycle back and everything, and that's not happening. So that's not the issue at all. Um, it just must be something with my internet being very finicky right now, and I haven't had this in a long time. Like, I haven't had a single issue with my internet in a while. So I'm wondering what it is. There are a few things going on here. Like right now, there have been tree removal people in my neighborhood that have been removing trees here for a while. 3 straight days. So, I mean, that's one issue. I mean, what if they hit a line, right? Or something? The other thing is, I guess there's some other installation people that have been going around installing various things here in people's homes here. And who knows, that could be something affected too. Maybe, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. So here's hoping that this is not an ongoing problem today. Let's hoping that maybe this was just a couple blips in the internet and it won't be an issue. Not much you can do about it if it is, right? Let's just hope that's the end of it. But I guess we'll find out. Obviously, I want to put out a fun stream for you guys. I don't want this thing to keep going down, right? I guess we'll find out. If we have blips, we have blips. Okay. Anyway, let's continue on, guys. Apologies that we had a blip in the internet there, and hopefully it'll settle itself out and not be an issue today. Okay. Yeah, it's true. Free for all cast says it could be Comcast being Comcast. I mean, it could be. I haven't had an issue with my internet in a long time. Like, I don't even think I had an issue this year. Thinking back, right? I don't think in 2019 I had any issues with my internet. That's been like smooth and silky smooth the whole year. So I'm not sure what would be causing this. Huh. Anyway, let's move back. Let's move on to what we were talking about. All right. So in reality, guys, the best ways you can contribute to me right now are either to tip me on stream or to contribute via crowdfunding by buying credits on PlayStation Network or Nintendo Shop. Either way is going to help me out in the next few weeks to buy all the new releases. All right, so please consider it. I already told you, exclamation point wish list. We'll bring up the wish list so you can check that out. If you're interested in tipping me, if you type exclamation point tip into the stream chat, that'll bring that up. But if not, you can also look below the stream. There's a tips jar button you could click on. Either way will take you to my PayPal tips page. And FYI, You don't need a PayPal account to tip me. There should be buttons there to click on, you know, if you want to pay with a credit card or whatever. If you don't see them, it's probably because they're not displaying properly. Not that they don't exist, it's that they're not displaying properly. Okay? So for fresh few times, or maybe try a different thing. Like I tried doing it on mobile, I couldn't get them to load at all, but then I tried on desktop and they loaded fine. So please consider it, and thank you to anyone who is considering contributing today. It is much appreciated. Okay? So what we're going to do in a moment is we're going to read off the top 10 cheerers of the week, as well as give shout outs to those who've contributed. But before we do that, very briefly, let's talk about some ground rules. All right, in regards to my streaming. Okay, so ground rules of my streams. First of all, we have to abide by all the rules of Twitch.tv, right? It means I got to watch what I say and do on stream. I got to make sure I'm in line with their terms of service. Nothing you can do about that. You use someone's business, you got to do that, right? Number 2, I have my own set of rules that I like to abide by when I stream, meaning I like to maintain a chill stream where it feels like you guys are coming by to hang out and relax and avoid the drama of your everyday lives, kind of get an escape from that and come and hang out with me and see my honest reactions to games that I'm playing. Maybe have some interaction with me on the stream and other stream chatters, etc. And just in general, just have a good time. That's what it's all about, right? That means that there's going to be certain topics that we're not going to touch upon because I feel that they are argumentative and they lead to a lot of disagreements and problems. One of those topics would be politics and religion, right? Those topics are things that are hotbeds. Oh my God. So please don't bring those up. The thing is, if we have a video game that has politics or religion as a theme, that's different. If it's on topic, we can talk about it. But in general, I'm not going to talk about that stuff because I know it causes problems. The other thing is, I'm well aware that there are people all over the internet that are constantly trying to hurt me via various methods, whether that may be stealing my content illegally and rebroadcasting it, editing it to make me sound like an asshole, constantly defaming me, insulting me, saying nasty things, whatever it may be, attacking my fans. That happens too. Attacking my fans and doing things nasty to people just because they think he gets at me, all right? The bottom line is, guys, if we address these things on stream specifically, it gives these people exactly what they want. Like, that's what they want. That's why they're doing it. They want the attention. And when you give them the attention they crave, now not only are they getting it, they're going to do it more. So the best way to approach all these things is to completely ignore them and act like they don't exist. Because then, if they're not getting the attention they want out of it, they won't keep doing it. See what I mean? So please, do not bring up any of these negative things, even if you're aware of them. I understand that some people just get caught up in the drama of it and come in and start talking about it in stream. We're not going to do that. All right? We're not. And it's not allowed. It's against the rules. And please understand, we got to enforce the rules. Sir Queevington and Jake Katz, stop being idiots. No, I'm not doing that right now. I haven't addressed anything specific. I'm talking in generalities. And by you saying that, you're acting like buffoons. So shut up. Okay. So, let's just ignore all that crap. Let's have a good, fun, positive stream today. Let's have a good time together with Sonic and not bring up any of the negative shit. Sound good? All right. All right, so now, let's get to the third and final segment of pre-stream where I give shout-outs to all of you who contributed. And then we get set up here with Sonic. How does that sound? Okay. Yeah, I know Jake Katz is pretty much acting like a troll. And I hate to say it because I just unbanned him recently. He apologized to me for his previous behaviors and said that he would not do this anymore. And now here he is doing it every fucking day. This is the second day in a row now that I have to chastise him on stream. And I'm quite frankly, I'm done with it. So next time he's out of here for good. I've had enough of his dumb shit. Okay. So continuing on. My laptop is frozen. Shit. Here we go. All right. So thank you to the following people who contributed over the last 2 days. People who actually contributed when I wasn't even here. We'll get to them first. We start off with Tantamounter, who actually had done a 200-bit cheer yesterday when I was not broadcasting. Thank you. We actually had Golden Colts, who did a few cheers as well during that time frame. So thank you guys very much for that. Okay. Now, before today's stream even started, we had a $1 tip that came in from Snorlax. Excuse me. And he says the following. Hope you had a good day off. Have you seen or heard the first impressions of WWE 2K20? A lot of negatives this year, apparently, with a bunch of main 2K players that got access early, telling people to maybe pass on it. Do you think you'll wait on it? I'm never really blown away by WWE. I don't know about you guys, but like when I play it, I'm never like, oh wow, there's so many amazing positive changes to this year. I'm completely blown away, and I cannot wait, to play. Like I said, this year I'm not even playing it on release day. I'm playing it the day after because I know it's not a ginormous release anymore. For those of us who are pro wrestling fans, it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. You got a fun little campaign they usually put in there every year, except for 2 years ago when they had none, which was ridiculous. A career mode that's usually pretty fun. Last year, admittedly, the career mode had improved dramatically. Even though the story was incredibly campy and cheesy, it was still fun to play through. And I enjoyed playing through the career mode, as silly as it was. And then you got the simulation aspect of the game, where at least once a year, usually around Christmas, we do the Christmas simulations with all the fantasy characters that everyone created in the game, which is always a ton of fun. So we're probably going to do that again this year. It should be a lot of fun. Okay, and yeah, but the deal is I never get super hyped for WWE 2K anymore. Back in the day I did. You're talking like 5, 6, 7 years ago. But over the years, I agree that the game kind of doesn't really have many improvements that much anymore. In fact, the game kind of had a major step back when we went to the PS4 when you couldn't even put your own music into it anymore, right? So, it is what it is. I play it for fun, usually get a little bit of mileage out of the game because it has various game modes. I'm not 100%, going nuts about this game or whatever. So, we should be checking it out. But I'm not sure exactly, how great it's going to be. And no, I understand. People say, oh, it doesn't seem like it's that good this year. I never really think it's that good. You know what I mean? But I still play it because I still have some fun with it. So, I will still be checking it out this year. All right, so now we move on to those who actually contributed during today's live stream. And we start off with a couple cheers from the Pragmatic Tactician. Okay. So, let's actually get him up on the leaderboard because he did 2 50-bit cheers. I want to get him up getting recognition before we even start to answer his questions. So that's a 50-bit cheer. He says, what's one of the douchiest things you've ever said? I once told my friend, when you look up beautiful in a dictionary, you'll see a picture of me. Well, the thing is, it's not too hard for me to answer a question like that because people give me shit for this stuff every day. I'm a public figure. I have been for 11 years. So people remind me every day that apparently at one point, I have no idea where this was. I don't know if this was on a stream. I don't know if this was in a vlog a million years ago. But at some point in my 11 years as a content creator, I think I said something to the effect of, I have the ability to be a pro gamer at any game or any genre that I want as long as I put time into it or something like that. Essentially saying that I'm good at all genres, and if I just practiced, I could be a master of all games. All right. I don't know the wording because people bring it up, and I don't remember the wording. That obviously is something completely stupid and incorrect. And obviously now I hear people saying, you said that, Phil. I'm like, wow, I did. Well, I cringe at that because that's a really fucking stupid thing to say, right? That was 8 years ago. Maybe it was. But I would say that's probably the worst thing because it's just so stupid to say something like that. Here's what I can tell you. Matter of factly, if I actually practiced Street Fighter, I could probably get pretty good at it. If I actually practiced games like Modern Warfare or the current Call of Duty, I could probably get pretty good at those too. Could I be tournament level, high level, gaming? I doubt it. I doubt that I would ever be high level tournament level at a game because just being quite frank with you guys, I don't even think I would have the mental capacity to do it because I told you I get bored playing these games. And there's a difference between, okay, Street Fighter, I played back in the day in the 90s to 2000s. I have so much experience playing Street Fighter that probably if I just practiced a bunch, I could get really good at one of the modern Street Fighter games. If I cared enough. The thing is, I don't like the modern Street Fighters, so I've never done that, okay? But, outside of that, there's no other genre of game where I really have a ton of experience. I would really have to work my ass off to get good, as they say, and learn the top level strategies and the like. And it's not that I'm not able to. Like I told you guys, back in the day before I did YouTube, I played Halo 3 and the original Modern Warfare fairly hardcore, and I was pretty damn good at those games. But Again, did I enter tournaments and stuff? No, I didn't. You know, it wasn't like I could ever test my mettle against people who actually were trying to play the games at pro level. But I think I was pretty good at them. And over the years, if you notice, whenever I play a game like Call of Duty, if I get into it a bit, I can actually do pretty well. Like, usually when I was playing Call of Duty games, I could usually top the leaderboards if I really, like focused in and tried. But it's not like that's something I would want to do, you know? But saying, oh, I could, at any moment, I could just practice and become a pro level at any kind of game, that's the stupidest statement ever. Obviously, there's a ton of genres of games out there that I suck at. And there's no way I would ever be a pro-level person at any of those games. So that sounds pretty douchebaggy to me to say something dumb like that, right? Okay. So continuing on. Pragmatic Tactician cheered again. He said, have you ever said a statement that ended up being prophetic or not aging well? I was skeptical of what you said about managed partnerships. It turns out you actually got that one correct, and I was wrong. I mean, there's, again, tons of stuff. For example, prophetic... When all those motion control gimmicks were going on, I said exactly that. I said, these are gimmicks. These are not going to last. No one's going to care about them, and they're going to die out. When the Kinect came out, I said, I really feel this is crap. It's not going to, it's going to die out. It's not going to be anything people care about in a couple years. When the VR craze hit 2 years ago, and everyone was, I got to get one of these VR devices. I said, well, unless a killer app comes out for a VR device that everyone feels is the end-all be-all of VR, and we need to buy these devices for it because it changes the face of gaming, I think they're just going to be flash in the pan. And all those things ended up being correct. No one uses motion controls anymore. VR is literally an afterthought where most game devs don't even think about it anymore. And, the thing is, you say those are prophetic. I don't feel they were. I feel that if you were immersed in gaming like I was over the years here, you could predict this stuff because you've seen the patterns. You've seen these patterns happen, and you realize that these things are going to happen. The fads of gaming. It's another one. At one point, within 2 years, there was 45,000 zombie games. Every game was fucking zombies because The Walking Dead was so popular that everyone wanted to put out zombie games. You're like, yes, that can't possibly last, right? But you know that from just looking at the history of games that you have these fads that die out. So for me, is it prophetic or is it really analyzation of the industry and seeing the trends happen and realizing that the same thing's happening again? That's pretty much what it was for me. In regards to things I said not aging well, oh man, I'm absolutely sure there are things that I said back, when I started, making this kind of content creation for the internet that just were completely nonsensical, had zero basis in fact. It was just me talking out of my ass. Or maybe they were pertinent to back then, but they're not pertinent whatsoever to today, okay? So, I get, that's what happens when you've been around as long as I have. 11 years as a content creator. You're bound to have hits and misses. In regards to the thing you're saying, managed partnerships, I don't know what you mean by that. What I can tell you is, managed partnerships are the only partnerships worth still having on YouTube, at least if they are as they were when I was in one. What I mean by that is when you're in a managed partnership on YouTube, it means you're partnered with a third-party company, all right? I used to be with Machinima, but there's still many others. I think there's Fullscreen. Is Fullscreen still out there? One of them went out of business. As well as Machinima, but I can't remember which one. But there's 3 or 4 major networks that are still out there, okay? And if you're with them, then really the benefit that you're getting is that you're with a company that's backing you and saying, I back this person's content on the internet, and I believe that this person is putting out valid content that does not violate, YouTube's terms of service. That's number one. Number two, they usually provide you with a bunch of resources, for content creation. What I mean by that is a library of music you can use, or maybe some artwork or editing tools or things like that. The entire time I was with Machinima, and even when I was with Curse for a year, they gave me this library of music that I could access, and I could use sound effects and music in my videos on YouTube because of it, okay? Now, back in the day, the other thing that the partnership was supposed to do was that, number one, you were supposed to get better advertisements because you were with a because you were with a partnership. certain partnership networks were getting better ads than if you were just, say, under your own personal Google AdSense. Those days are gone. As of last summer, YouTube changed the whole policy and just said everyone gets everything, because we feel that that's fair. And so everyone now is on the same level, and there's no benefit in that regard to being with a partner company. Everyone gets the same stuff. Okay? So just throwing that out there, that's the case. Now, in addition to that, the final thing that was supposed to be a benefit, and this is honestly really why I was with Machinima as long as I was, okay, was that if you can get into a managed partnership, though what it used to be was that you were not affected at all by things like Content ID. So, for example, the only people who were ever able to monetize Nintendo videos for the longest time were people under managed partnerships, because Nintendo would claim everyone else's gameplay videos as their own content to make money on them, which of course is completely illegal, because even if you make a Let's Play video, it doesn't mean that the person who made the fucking game owns your whole video. Maybe they own a portion of it, but there's no way they own the whole thing. So doing that was completely illegal, and they did it for many, many, many years, okay? But the thing is, I don't know if that's the case anymore, because I don't know if managed partnerships have changed. I can tell you this. When I was involved with partner networks, they were all telling me that things were getting harder and harder for them, that essentially YouTube was changing the way that partner networks worked. They didn't like them anymore. They wanted as many content creators as possible to leave partnership networks and instead be solo and just use regular AdSense. I guess what they saw is that these networks had grown to the point where they were bloated, and they were just taking a million people under their umbrellas and never actually checking up on the content they were putting out there, to the point where now you had people out there that were completely violating Twitch's terms of service or whatever, and no one was held accountable for it. So, yeah, so I guess they came down hard on partner networks. So I don't know if anyone out there even offers managed partnerships anymore, and if they do, I don't know if you get the benefit of, like, being immune to Content ID anymore, okay? Now, in addition to that, many of the companies that people had issues with to begin with because of Content ID have become way more lax. For example, Nintendo no longer claims any videos on YouTube as of about a year ago. So anyone can play Nintendo games and have fun with them and not have to worry about, oh no, Nintendo has stolen my ad revenue. That's gone. Those days are over. Okay? So it's not really that big of a deal anymore. So Pragmatic Tactician, I'm not sure what exactly you mean when you say that what I said about managed partnerships was correct or whatever. I don't even know what you're addressing. Because if anything, I said that managed partnerships were a good thing, but that having a regular partnership outside of being managed really isn't worth it anymore. Okay? So, there you go. Hopefully that was a good explanation of everything that I know about that subject. Okay, moving on. Golden Colts did a 50-bit cheer. He says, any plans to play Fortnite Chapter 2? It's a whole new game. First of all, no, it's not, and you know that. He's saying that tongue-in-cheek because he's trying to tease me. Excuse me. Yeah, the bottom line is, Fortnite Season 2, it's a new map, okay, which we all probably figured was eventually coming. Who would have even expected that Fortnite would have lasted as long as it did only on the same map? Although, admittedly, they changed the map a lot over time, but the map's gone. It's a new map now. And apparently they added in new gameplay mechanics. For example, you can now pick up the the downed body of a teammate to carry it to safety. You can fish, you know. They added in new things to make it like it feels like there's new stuff to do. At its core, it's exactly the same game it's always been. They did not change the core gameplay mechanics. It plays the same. It's just they added in extra stuff to do to make you feel like it's a new game, when in reality, it's just, you know, an update, just like all their other updates. By the way, again, I'm not talking shit about the game. I'm just being matter of fact. Some people will kiss the game's butt constantly and say, oh, it's a whole new game now, guys. It's the same fucking game. You're playing the same exact game with a few tweaks, and you're fooling yourself if you're thinking you're playing a different game. Okay? So, if you want to check it out, go ahead. For me, I don't give a shit. You guys know I hate Fortnite. I don't like the gameplay at all. If I liked the gameplay of Fortnite, the gunplay and everything, I would play it. I don't want to play a game where I have to build while I'm trying to shoot, and shooting is RNG. Fuck that. I don't like it. I'm not playing it. Screw that jazz. All right. Sam Bridges 13 cheered. He says people are already playing Death Stranding review copies. That's a confident sign for the game since it doesn't come out until the 8th. Thoughts? Yeah, apparently the review embargo lifts on November 1st. So in about 2 weeks' time, a week before the game comes out, we're going to start seeing reviews. I expect to see a very big amount of mixed bag reviews where you're going to see people saying it's great and completely kissing Kojima's butt, because some of the media always does that. Then you're going to see people completely hating on it and saying, I don't understand this game, you know. And then you'll probably see people who are more middle of the road and giving honest opinions that are more valid than anybody else. So I'm actually curious to see what people have to say about this game on November 1st. But you know me, I was it's one of my most hyped games of the year. Like, I'm definitely checking it out. So okay, looking like douche. Tipped me $3. That's the first tip of the day. He says, your claim to fame was sucking at Dark Souls games. Playing Code Vein would bring you more money and attention. It's a no-brained. First of all, that's not correct at all. My claim to fame, I had 2 claims to fame back in the day, all right? How I really got popular on YouTube was twofold. Let me get you up on the leaderboard for your cheer, or your tip, excuse me. Looking like douche. What a name. Now you are looking like douche, I guess. Because you chose to, because you named yourself that. Okay, so my original claim to fame on YouTube was that I was the guy who played through a major release right away. And I would have a full playthrough up of a new release within, say, 2-3 days of the game being out in some cases. I would have the full thing up on YouTube while I was doing completely irreverent, over-the-top commentary and jokes. I didn't pull punches. I had no censor on what I said and did. And quite frankly, all right, I purposely went out of my way to try to be ridiculous and over the top when it came to sexual humor, racial humor, gender humor. I tried to do that to get a shock factor so people would check out my content. That was my shtick. That was what I was trying to do, okay? Some people got it, some people didn't, but that was my thing. Oh my God, Darkside Phil's putting out a new playthrough today. This is awesome. He's going to finish this game in a week. We'll be able to watch the whole thing. It's going to be great, right? So that was one thing. The other thing is, the other claim to fame was that in 2009, I played the living hell out of Street Fighter 4 at the time when fighting games were finally coming back from nearly a decade of being dead, okay? They were coming back to the mainstream with Street Fighter 4. Everyone was talking about Street Fighter 4, playing Street Fighter 4, and wanted to see Street Fighter 4. And unlike the other people who were playing Street Fighter 4, who quite frankly were mostly boring, when you watch the pro players back then, they were boring as dirt. I mean, don't get me wrong. Justin Wong is one of the best players in the world and always will be, and he'll always be widely respected and regarded as being such a high-level, skillful guy. But you're not tuning into Justin Wong to get a bunch of laughs and entertainment. You're tuning into Justin Wong to get a few technical tips about a game, because he's not very entertaining, all right? Me, I was the complete opposite. I was the guy who would rage at the game, swear at the other people, talk shit about it, and be over-the-top ridiculous. And some people said it was toxic, while others said it was absolutely hilarious. So, you know, I was the guy known for playing Street Fighter and getting famous for playing Street Fighter while not actually being a top-level player. I was one of the most, if not the most entertaining guy playing Street Fighter 4, and people would turn out in the thousands to check out every single 3-minute match that I put on the internet. That's how crazy it was. In one day, I would record 50 matches, upload 50 videos, and get like 400,000 views. Like, that's how insane it was, okay? So, that's how I made my claim to fame back in the day. Not by sucking at Dark Souls. It wasn't until many years later that I even tried out Dark Souls. I failed at it and stopped playing it and never went back to it for years and years. It wasn't until I'd say, what was it, about 2015 when Dark Souls 2 came out that I started actually taking... Actually, it wasn't 2015. It was 2014, I think, when Dark Souls 2 came out. But that's when I started taking Dark Souls more seriously, because I wanted to do full playthroughs and the like of the games. And so, you know, doing that, I had to get better at them, right? Admittedly, back then, I was terrible at them. I was flubbing through. I was barely surviving. I didn't understand how builds work. I didn't understand much at all about those games. But over the years, I've gotten better and better. And quite frankly, now, I think I'm pretty good at them, considering the fact that, you know, I've gone back and replayed them multiple times. I mean, obviously, you're going to get better the more you play a certain genre of game, right? And yeah, I think that I've gotten better over time, and a lot of people who tune in now are blown away that I actually do as well as I do. You know, in Sekiro, I sucked total ass on certain bosses, but then by the time I got to the end of the game, I had mastered the parry system and I beat the final boss in pretty much record time compared to most people who played the game. All right. What I am known for is failing and raging a lot at certain genres of games. Dark Souls or Soulsborne being one of them, okay? So, yeah, people like watching me rage, whether it's at a fighting game, whether it's at a Soulsborne game or whatever. They like the rage. And that's what it is that people tune in for that kind of content. However, I don't give a fuck that there are people who only tune in for that, all right? I'm okay with understanding that people like that, but that's not what I'm all about. And if there is a Soulsborne... wow. Excuse me. If there is a Soulsborne style game that I'm interested in, that I'd like to play, and I'm sold on it because it looks really good, then I'll try it. But to be quite frank with you, all these crazy Soulsborne games that have come out over the last 2 months or so don't look interesting at all. Remnant from the Ashes, or whatever the fuck it's called, The Surge 2, Code Vein. There was another one too. I swear there were 4 of them. They all came out within a month, and they all are Soulsborne clones, and I wasn't interested in a single one. And all these people who only watch me to rage are so angry that, number one, I didn't play these games, and number two, by the way, I've been doing other stuff, like retro stuff, and it's been successful. People have been contributing and enjoying it, and I'm able to keep going. It's not like, oh, Phil didn't play those games, and now he's failing miserably. Ha ha ha, he should have done what we told him. Instead, it's the opposite. I've been doing good not playing those games, and people are pissed now. Oh, now we can't see Phil rage constantly because he's doing good with games he likes. Yeah. Oh, darn. Quite frankly, I think that the Soulsborne thing finally died out. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a game that comes out from Software, okay. But there's so many clones of Soul shit now. Far too many. That the whole appeal of that, oh, hyper difficult game for the sake of being hyper difficult, that's the gimmick of the game. I think that pretty much died at this point. Like, you can only make so many of the same style of game before it gets played out, and that's what's happened now, is we have so many people making the same fucking shit that it just doesn't matter anymore. You see what I mean? So thank you for the tip. You were completely wrong. 2-Bar King did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, 2-Bar King, for the 100-bit cheer. That actually makes you the top cheerer of the day, so let's get you up on the leaderboard here. Let's see here. Here we are. Okay, got that up there. Impact Sona tipped me $1 and says, when you do play WWE 2K20, I'll be in chat to help you with some tips like I did last year. Thank you, I always appreciate that. He says, they did change the controls this year. I would DM the infographic to you on Twitter. WWE is always in my top playthrough from you. So they completely changed the control scheme, huh? Great. Great. Well, I guess we'll see how that goes next week. Alrighty then. Yeah, I absolutely, Impact Sona, would appreciate help and tips. Always appreciate it. Obviously, no major spoilers, but basic gameplay tips and the like to make it a smooth transition into the new one. Very appreciated. Captain Caveman just did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Captain Caveman, for the 100-bit cheer. I appreciate that very much. Uzi Gohard cheered, and he says, it's a detract attack. And he said that when my internet apparently was going out about a half an hour ago. I don't know why that happened. As you guys can see now, it's completely steady. 0 issues. And it was weird because, like people said, if it was a DDoS attack, my stream would have went down. No, you guys are right. When I get DDoS attacked, which has happened in the past, my modem turns off. My modem would overload and reset. And that's not what happened here. It was just the internet completely dropped and then came right back twice. So hopefully we don't have those issues. Hopefully the stream maintains its steadiness now. Okay? LeBron James sucks. Timmy $5 says, will there ever be another playthrough of Dead Island? I mean, I doubt it. Dead Island was a very unique situation, okay? First of all, it was an open world co-op zombie game. And there really hadn't been anything like that at the time that it released. Now, admittedly, the game was super fucking buggy. And if you remember, my friends and I were all trying to do a co-op playthrough of this over the internet. It was myself, John Rambo, Mayor McJustin, and Grog. And we were trying to do full 4-player co-op with this fucking thing. And we had so many problems. People dropping from the game, people muting, not being able to rejoin, not being able to even set the lobby up properly, desyncing of games, tons of crazy game-breaking glitches. The game had a lot of fucking issues, okay? It did. It just had a lot of problems with it. But the reason the playthrough worked for us was because we were playing it at launch. We were doing it as a full co-op thing that most people were not recording a full co-op thing like that quickly at launch. Having 4 players with different personalities and different takes on everything that was going on added to the chaos of what was happening in this game. And, like I said, it was a different era. Just being someone to do that at that point, there was no one out there at that point who was like, oh, I have a professional fucking studio where I film my team of people playing games with fucking blue or black or green screen, and we have overlays, and we do this live on the internet, live streaming at crazy-ass quality with tens of thousands of production dollars of value put into it. No one was doing that back then, okay? When Dead Island came out, it was a very grassroots thing. If you were on YouTube putting out content or whatever, you know, it was a very different time. You see what I mean? These days, when co-op games come out, you've got the complete opposite. Oh my God, I'm a super popular YouTuber or streamer, and I got all this money, and I load it into a team of fucking people that stream this co-op playthrough. It's like, Jesus Christ. Because, you know, we really want is a fucking studio show rather than just a couple of cool guys hanging out and playing the fucking game, right? But that's what it's become. That's really what it's become at this point. You know, if Dead Island came out today and I did a co-op playthrough of it, no one would even care. You know, think about the co-op playthroughs I've done recently. Things like the Borderlands 2 DLC that I tried, and absolutely no one gave a crap. When I played it, they hated it. Or Destiny 2 a couple years back. You know, those are fun playthroughs with good co-op commentary, and no one cared anymore. And no size zero, I'm not jealous. But my point is this. When I started on YouTube, it was a different era. It was a different time. And anyone who had talent and, you know, was a funny person, a funny personality, could just put out a video and get popularity from it. Not anymore. Now it's more about the money than anything else. That's just the truth. It's just about the money. You could be the least talented person, but if you have the biggest budget and for some reason you're well known, that's it. Everyone watches you instead. And that's the thing, like, what I really feel happened, and you can disagree with this as much as you want. I feel like it wasn't just me, but there was me and John Rambo, always known for our style of co-op commentary, and there were a few others that were around back then that have been around the block like us. And we did the kind of old school commentary where it wasn't about production value, it was just a couple of guys having fun on a couch. And people who had money saw us getting popular and said, we're just going to do what they do, but we're going to do it with more shiny, more flair, more production value. And we're going to copy those fuckers, and we're going to steal the market. And essentially, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, is they looked at people like us. Now, again, not just me and Rambo, but others as well. There was a few other groups of people that did the kind of similar thing we were doing. And they looked at us getting popular and said, let's just do that, but a step up. Because we have money to do it. And they just stole the whole market. And there's nothing you can do about it because that's how YouTube works, right? So the truth of the matter is, if I were to, say, go back and try to do a playthrough of, you know, Dead Island, let's say, for example, I don't think it would get any traction. I don't think anyone would care. Even if I teamed up with a bunch of charismatic guys who were funny and we had great camaraderie. Let's say it was myself and Brian and Kekin, and we found a fourth guy who was really fun and interesting, and we went back, let's just do a silly throwback playthrough of Dead Island. I don't think anyone would give a shit. Because that's not the thing anymore. You know, oh my God, big co-op playthroughs, they don't tune into me to see that anymore. They tune into the big guys with the tons of money and the shiny production value. And it just sucks, because I really do feel that there was a time when if you just had a funny personality or you had talent in that regard where you could entertain people. By the way, I screwed up the tips total. I'm going to fix that. that you could get popular on YouTube. Not anymore. Now it's just about having money, which is terrible. Why do you need to have a ton of money to get popular on YouTube? The whole point of YouTube was supposed to be you don't have any production value. You don't have a producer paying for you to get exposure. You could just put a video on YouTube and get noticed and get popular from it. And that's not the case anymore at all. It's the complete and polar opposite. Okay? So, it sucks, but that's just reality. So, no, there will not be another playthrough of Dead Island because I don't think anyone would give two shits about it. Just saying. Okay, Fruits07 did a 50-bit cheers. My favorite game of next year is The Last of Us Part 2. Is that game going to be your most hyped game of next year? It's going to be freaking awesome. The thing is, I fully trust Naughty Dog to put out a quality product. Even though people want to take all the early trailers and shit and spin it into, like, negative nonsense and drama. Oh, it's about Ellie being a lesbian and we don't care about that. It's SJW bullshit. It's like, that's probably going to be like 1/20th of what's in the game. Like, that's part of her background of character development that probably won't even fucking factor into the major gameplay or anything in the game, just because they use that as build-up for the release of the game to give you some reference of where she's coming from in the new game, doesn't mean that's the end-all, be-all of the whole fucking game. I know Naughty Dog knows how to build quality stories. I know Naughty Dog knows how to make great gameplay, great graphics. I mean, every franchise they've put out in the last decade has blown us away and has felt like these are some of the best AAA games that we've played. When you buy a game that's a AAA game from Naughty Dog, you know it's money well spent because you're going to get an amazing, memorable gaming experience out of it. And if anything, that's the thing that we need to strive for in this modern gaming era, is we need to look for memorable gaming experiences, not, oh, I plopped down $60 to play another generic looter shooter with my friends that I'll forget about in two months. Or, oh, I plopped down another $60 for a passable game that's full of bugs that they'll probably fix in 3 months. No, when we get a game from Naughty Dog, typically that doesn't happen at all. We get the opposite. It's great gameplay, great story, great graphics, everything. I have confidence Last of Us 2 will be a great game like that. I could be completely wrong. I could buy it and it ends up becoming all drivel with this agenda or something. You guys, some people may be right. But I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling people are over-exaggerating stuff and making it overly negative. I think this is going to be a great game. So I am looking forward to it, absolutely, next year. Sam Bridges cheered. He says, it's not just journalists, but many YouTubers are getting Death Stranding today to play. Oh, I'm aware. It's people who get advanced copies. I know. I don't know why you're saying that. I'm well aware that people get advanced copies. I'm not one of them. I don't want to be one of them. As I told you guys many, many times, I don't want to be one of these elitist guys who feels that he's more important than all of you out there, my viewership, and I get stuff special and early, but I can't play it on stream yet. I have to be super secretive about it to do an advanced early playthrough. And I'm not like that. I will buy the game on release day. I will play it along the same lines as you guys do. I'm no better than any of you. I'm very much one of the common gamers like you guys. That's how I've always said I am. That's how I feel I am. And I'm going to just do it the right way, in my opinion, rather than trying to get an advanced copy to rush out an early review for early clicks and early money. I'm not about that. We'll just play the game together. Okay? Fair enough? Fair enough. Almighty Ming Lavo did 100-bit cheers. Says, why do you refuse to give the creators of The Surge 2 a second chance? Because a game they made 1 million years ago, you should give them a second chance and ignore all the slander these YouTubers said just to make a buck. I am not aware of any slander any YouTuber said to make a buck about The Surge 2. At all. I just don't care about it. It's a Soulsborne clone, and it's a franchise from a game developer that burned me years ago, so I don't give a fuck. It's that simple. It's a pretty simple concept. It's nothing so as complex as you're making it out to be. Okay? Okay. So let us now give a shout out to the top cheerers of the week. These are the people who so far this week have cheered and made it into the top cheering echelon. Just the top cheering status of the week. Wow, we have an insane tie here. When do you guys hear this? So first of all, in 10th place this week, it's Uzi Gohar. Then we have a tie, a 6-way tie for 4th place. 6-way tie at 200 bits. Are you ready? In 9th place, 2Bar King. In 8th place, Golden Colts. In 7th place, Tantomater. 6 High-Tech Specs. Then we got Retro Jim and Stable Genius 123. So everyone is tied for 4th this week. Then we got Richard Link with 300 bits. At third place, Captain Caveman in second place with 500 bits, and Orcs or Dorks in first place with a 1,000-bit cheer the other night. Pretty awesome, huh? So thank you guys for that. I appreciate that very much, all your support. It looks like one more tip came in. $1 tip from Tyler100. He says, I'm a big fan. I've been watching you for quite a while. There's a game I want you to play. It's called Hollow Knight. It's probably the same guy who's been asking for Hollow Knight for like weeks. And I've told him, I'm not against playing Hollow Knight, but people don't really want to see it. Because it's been up for nomination many times. We've done how many indies marathon streams in the last year, right? We've done Halloween horror marathons. This game never makes it. Never. So I don't know what to tell you. Hollow Knight doesn't seem to be a very appealing game to my audience. I'm sorry about that. Uzi Go Hard cheered. He says, so does this mean Neo 2 after all this mad shit? Does it mean no Neo 2 after all this mad shit talk? No. As I told you guys, there's certain Soulsborne style games that I feel are quality. Neo was one of the first ones that came out years ago that I played and said, wow, this game actually takes the Soulsborne formula in a little bit of a different direction, right? Especially because the controls in that game are insanely responsive, while the controls in the Soulsborne game are innately delayed on purpose, and that game is like instant response. So I felt that that game was quite good, and yes, I will be playing Neo 2. Silas Darko just did a 350-bit cheer. He said, I'm going to sneak my bits on in here. Thank you, Silas Darko. That actually makes you the top cheerer of the day. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Oops, where did the R go? Disappeared. 350 bits. Thank you. I can't type today. There we go. Richard Link also did a 50-bit cheer. He says, hey Phil, how's it going? Have a good stream today. Thank you, Richard Link. Golden Colts just resub for 29 months. Thank you for the resubscription, Golden Colts, the ongoing support. That is much appreciated. All right. So it looks like that's going to be it. What I'm going to do is very briefly just go use the restroom, and then we're going to start it up. Like I said, our goal today is to finish both Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2. Now, 1, I've already played significantly into. Probably at most an hour left in that, if that. Then Sonic 2, I'm not very far into at all. So we'll see how long it takes. It's not a very long game either. So, but it does have some fun stages and stuff. Impact Sona just hit me $1. Says my net went out. Do you want the infographic? I didn't hear. Impact Sona, I would say save it for now. If you send it to me for now, it'll be lost in a black hole. Next week, when I actually am going to play WWE, then we can talk about it. All right? But I appreciate that. What I actually said was I'm very happy that it sounds like you'll be back to help me out, because I do appreciate tips, especially in a franchise game like that where maybe it changed this year with controls and stuff. It's always appreciated. So thank you for the offer. Okay. All right. Who the fuck cares about WWE? Just tipped me $2 and said, I normally get the WWE 2K games each year, but this year's a no-no. The graphics, the glitches, the hit detection is a downgrade. I'm staying with 2K19 until the new AEW game is out. So there you have it. Someone who apparently is very disappointed by WWE this year. All right. Thank you for the $2 tip. All right, guys. Let us end the pre-stream. Take like 2 minutes for me to use the restroom, and then we come back, and it's Sonic time. But keep in mind, guys, this is my only stream of the day. I apologize. I cannot be here later tonight, so this will be one stream and our opportunity to have some fun today, all right? I'll be right back. Thanks. See you in a minute.